Get it in you. Oh, whoa. Fumble.
Whoa.
Tom Brady.
Whoa.
Oh.
Tom Brady never fumbled in his life.
That's the only footballer you know. Tom Brady.
I'm Robert John. There's Fumble McGee, Skyler Patterson.
Yeah, they call me
Fucking
fucking Butterfingers.
Dropped the, what do you call that part?
I don't even know what happened there. The slide came out.
Slide. He dropped the slide.
Amateur move.
Fucking Annie. And then we got Mikey in the van. How you doing, buddy?
Good. They call him Heisman. They call you Hyman.
Wow.
Doing good.
Wow.
Good. So it was just off the top of my head, okay?
Wow.
I'm working with marbles
That's
here.
where we're going, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even Buster Hyman. No?
Well, I mean, no, it's actually way better. I wish I went with that.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
All this Hyman talk. You know who aren't
Yeah, things
virgins?
are good.
None of us.
No.
Welcome back
Welcome back.
to Pretty Much Experts.
Yeah.
Did we do that?
We've all had a little toothpaste on the hoop. You know, none of us are true virgins.
God, no.
No, fuck
God, no.
I was born not a virgin.
Jesus Christ! Your poor family.
Yeah. A lot of sheet changes.
That's the year they closed down the Georgetown Memorial Hospital.
Was it ever called the Georgetown Memorial Hospital?
Yeah, dude, that's where I was born.
Memorial Hospital.
Yeah, Georgetown Memorial Hospital.
Memorial sounds like
Like a cemetery?
cemetery.
I didn't name it, RJ.
That's what it
I
sounds
did
like.
not name it.
I thought it was William
Yeah.
Ulcer.
Well,
Yeah.
I think at one
Georgetown
point the cemetery
General?
was attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Georgetown.
it might be
I think it was
General.
Definitely
Georgetown.
Georgetown General.
No.
Now that you say it,
Georgetown
it might be
Sinai.
General.
Georgetown fucking...
Georgetown.
It's not Georgetown Sinai.
Georgetown Mount Sinai.
Pretty sure.
No, that was like Brampton
Sick kids.
or Toronto.
You know, that,
Maybe it's Memorial. I don't know.
I don't think it was ever Memorial. I don't know.
Well,
that
I
sounds
would-
like a
the
very-
Memorial
the
Arena. They got the
Arena,
Memorial
That's
Arena.
like a war monument, though.
Not my hospital.
Yeah, well, so is the hospital.
Yeah,
In a
I don't
way.
know. Fuck, who knows?
Guelph's my new hospital.
What's
I've been
the-
there a couple times.
Have you?
Yeah, well,
I haven't
fucking,
introduced
lost
myself.
my thumb at one point. in my
You went to
life.
the Guelph
Yeah,
Hospital?
we went over it. He's an
Yeah.
amputee.
You didn't do that in Georgetown
No,
Memorial?
I went to William Ulcer, and they did as best they could, and then I went to a real hospital, and they're like, "Who did this to you?" And
My Aunt Jenny
Did they
works
do
there.
this at the other hospital?
Like,
Yeah.
you went to a hospital and did this? I was like, yeah, I was there for like 8 hours.
My Aunt Jenny works there.
Yeah. My aunt checked me
Yeah.
in.
My aunt checked me in. It's a small town.
Yeah, she called my mom for me.
That's where my grandpa and my nan both worked when they first came to town. Was the hospital.
Hospital? I was born in that hospital.
I was born in that hospital.
Yeah,
Die in that
so was I.
hospital.
I was going to die in that
Yep.
hospital. Circle of life.
Yeah, I think Elton Song.
Yeah,
Elton John
Elton
wrote a
Song.
song. Elton Song wrote a song about it.
Elton John wrote a John about it. Jesus. This is the worst show.
No. This is
Yeah,
gold,
and we're
baby.
just getting into it.
You guys have any...
I haven't even started.
You guys
my
have
tea
any
yet.
gripes to get this fucking ball rolling? How's your weeks looking?
I don't think I don't know. I live a pretty fucking cash life.
I have a gripe.
I don't hold grudges.
I...
Didn't even wait. Couldn't even wait. Yeah, let's do
Fuck,
it.
I'm griping these days. So, as some of you may or may not know, faithful listeners, 2 days a week I work for a moving company.
Do they know that?
Fun, yeah, I brought this up a while ago.
Okay.
As fun as it
Yeah, it's
is
come up.
being a nomad artist traveling the world, it's nice to have a weekly paycheck that I can count on. There will be money in my account. So I gotta,
And you like lifting stuff.
I like lifting stuff. It's like 2 days a week I don't have to go to the gym because I just lift shit all day, and it's like, makes my ass and quads real strong.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So last week we're on this move which is called a key weight. And that's when you move the family out of the house in the morning, but due to lawyers and bureaucracy and bullshit, they don't have the
Yeah, they're
key
waiting for the keys.
to move to the next
Yeah.
house. And this is a common thing.
Okay.
Fucking key weights. where people like line up their
Yeah,
closing date and their move-in date at the same time. But like shit happens.
So they got to go to a hotel.
I would love for them to go to a hotel, because this day I had last week was the opposite of a go to a hotel. It was, we finished unloading their entire house into the truck by 12:31 p.m. and sat in Tim Hortons till 5 p.m. before they got the keys to go to the next house. And as bad as it is
you got paid.
Yeah, I got paid, to sit in Tim Hortons all day. As bad as that is on itself, this Tim Hortons happened to be located in Woodstock, Ontario. Ugh. My gripe is with all the ugly people in Woodstock, Ontario. You hear to hear.
Oh, my Lord.
Just sitting
I've never been to Woodstock.
You sit in Tim Hortons in Woodstock, Ontario for 4 hours, you see some specimens.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for
Is that
sure
where the
you do.
concert was?
For sure you would.
no.
I'm saying grown
Different
people
Woodstock.
wearing diapers openly.
Open
I would
diaper.
imagine.
The amount of amputees I saw walk in, like just normal young people with one leg on
Whoa,
crutches.
okay, hold on a second. Those are my people.
I know you have a soft spot for amputees,
Yeah.
but
We get
how
it.
many
Yeah,
farming
yeah,
accidents are
It's
going
called- It's
on
called their nub.
in Woodstock, Ontario? Oh my god. There was this guy that was sitting beside us that had the most like comical laugh. And every time he laughed, I just looked across the table to this guy. We're going to call him Rocky for no reason. Not
Yep.
based on anyone from Survivor I know. And
Okay.
we just make eye contact and burst out laughing. Because this guy talked totally normal. And then every time he laughed, he went... like this like slide whistle sound. Like full volume in Tim Hortons. Every
So
time.
clearly on the spectrum.
Oh yeah, the spectrum is not vast enough for whatever this was. Like he's on a different astro plane. And
Yeah.
he just talked like a normal dude, like they're talking about work, they're talking about their wives, and all of a sudden, it was like, are you doing a moose call? What the fuck is that?
Is
I'm
he
just
married?
like holding my mouth, like I'm nursing this coffee all day because like I'm just buying one fucking thing. And it was brutal. And just watching all these people come in and out. There's this one creepy old dude that was just there to hit on the like Tim Hortons the Tim Hortons Strange.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like
Wow.
Woodstock Tim Hortons
It's a
Strange.
shallow pool. Yeah, that's a fucking real shallow pool.
Yeah, you're gonna if you dive into that pool, like you're gonna break your elbows. Like not your neck is not even an issue. Like it's
Dude,
fucking
if you dive into that
shallow.
pool, you're gonna break your cousin's elbows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So thick with so many of the people, you won't even touch water. You're just gonna
No.
bounce off someone else. But like he'd
And you're
order,
related to half of them.
and then he'd just stand there and like talk and like, okay, Crystal, like, what about this? And he'd like laughing, like, oh, you look good today. And she's like, yeah.
Oh my
Here's your drink.
god.
Here's
I
your
feel
donut.
embarrassed for you telling this story.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what else I'd like to like put my finger in besides this donut? It's just like, dude, please leave. Like,
You didn't say that.
it was brutal.
Wow.
This is Woodstock, Ontario.
Oh my
and he stayed there for
God.
so long. He stayed there for so
Woodstock.
long.
Oh my god.
And eventually he left, and he did that like
Free love is dead.
he went through the
Come
like
on.
first set of doors, and he turned around and he like waved, and she didn't see him, so he just stood there for like 40 seconds
Yeah.
until she like kind of like looked up and he like waved again.
Oh,
It was
no.
like, dude, you're 45 years old. That I wouldn't even call that like a human. That's some disgusting like 17-year-old like
That's like
Tim
that's
Hortons
got,
strange.
like, murder written
Oh,
all
it was
over
murder for sure. Like it was so bad. It got so bad. Like I looked at the other two guys I'm with. I'm like, I know that we're gonna be waiting indefinitely, but can we go wait in the truck?
Yeah.
Like
I
I don't
need to see
care.
this.
I don't care that it's negative 16 degrees right now. I don't care.
Yeah,
Can we
keep-
please go
keep
wait in the truck?
running.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
let's just burn the gas in the truck. We'll get more. It's a company.
sure.
Like we'll get more gas.
Yeah. and
Like
we're
I'd
gonna
rather
pay for it.
sit in the truck.
I honestly was surprised when you said you were sitting in there at all. Like, if I'm stuck in this Tim Hortons for 6 hours, there's no fucking way I'm sitting
4
inside.
hours.
I've never been stuck in a Tim Hortons for more than like.
What else are
15
you gonna
minutes.
do in Woodstock waiting on a key?
I don't know.
Well, eventually we just went and sat in the car.
Go bowling.
We like drove around neighborhoods and just talked shit about all the houses, like why they look like shit and who would live there. It's a fun job. We just like, what the fuck? Who painted that door? What a piece of shit cuck lives there. Stop the truck and just like talk shit. Like go down a few more houses. Like who put that fence up? Like stop the truck, stop the truck.
Take a look at this fence. Well,
but yeah, Woodstock, get your shit together. Come on.
Ugh, sounds horrible. But speaking of weird laughs, I have like a really good friend that probably isn't listening to this show. He's been a friend for almost 10 years, I would say, and he's got the fucking worst laugh of all time. Just
Oh no.
it sounds so disgenuine, or whatever the opposite of genuine is. Non-genuine. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it doesn't
like
mix.
fake?
It doesn't. Yeah, it just sounds fake. Like it doesn't fit with the rest of his like demeanor or his like the tone of his voice or the energy. It's just like this real bland like ha 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 ha.
Is he Native American?
kind of thing, right? No, he's big, white, and gay. Yeah, so maybe he's like, I don't know, trying to not laugh like a homo. I don't know, but he laughs like everyone's straight weird dad. So like it's so weird, but I love the guy. But I
Joker falls
I
off the
fucking love the
building
guy
and
so
Batman-
much.
Yeah.
I'll bang wire him next time we're hanging out, and I'll
Please
fucking have a
bang wire
clip
him.
for you guys.
We haven't done a
But,
bang wire in so long. As
we
in
went
we,
to-
like I'm the only one that's
You're the
done
only
it.
one that's ever done it, yeah. Right? I don't know. I don't get the balls to
Dude,
bang
you're
wire.
so
You gotta
far.
bang wire.
So far, you're the only one.
It's so fun.
But we-
like
we-
someone's got a bang wire.
It's. I mean, if you got a good opportunity, you might
I
as well.
guess you could.
I
So
feel
anyways,
like
I
in
go to
any day
this- I go to this-
situations, fun as hell if you bang wire.
You just, yeah, you're right.
Because
okay,
it's like,
alright.
you just like purposely say dumb shit because it's bang wire and you just want a reaction.
Yeah, see, I think that's gonna get old quick, RJ, because you know you're recording yourself and you're like trying to like feed
True.
the, you know, I don't know. Like, you
That's
even said it
true.
yourself with the psychic thing. It was like it almost didn't feel natural, even though you were trying. You know, I remember you saying something like
Learn
that.
his
Like it was like,
future from a fucking psychic.
Yeah, that was great.
Real natural.
I did go into
well,
that
you're
saying
preaching
like,
to the
oh, I'm
choir
gonna have
here,
fun
buddy.
with this, and then I became a true believer midway through, and it totally changed the
Totally
tone.
got me.
He totally got me.
but so I go to this show. I go to a show with my buddy. I mean, dropping shows hard the last couple weeks, but it was awesome. Second best band in Vancouver, Vicious Cycles. They like they should open for Tiger Army. Like if you like Tiger Army, like fucking Vicious Cycles are the Canadian Vancouver version live.
What was the other
The
one?
records
Fucking-
are a little
what
more
about
rock
Chain
and
Whip?
roll.
What happened to Chain Whip? You love Chain Whip.
Oh, Chain Whip's still my number one. Chain Whip's still my number one, baby. But the Vicious Cycles are fucking rad. Like they're rock and roll on record, but when you see them live, they're punk as fuck. They play way faster. They play way harder. They're way more aggressive. Like it's like they're the Canadian Tiger Army. It's fucking amazing. Great band. Great songwriting. Anyways, we go to this show, and it's like Vicious Cycles are rowdy. We're having a good time. My buddy Brent. Oh, I said his name. I don't know if I said it. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
George.
So my buddy Brent with the horrible laugh. My buddy Brent with the horrible laugh. He's also got horrible dance moves. So we fucking
You've already
go to
outed
the show.
him
He
as
brings-
gay and a bad dancer and a horrible friend
Horrible
and a bad
laugher.
laugher.
No, great friend. He's a great friend. He's a
Bad
great friend.
laugher, though.
But everything else about him is fucking weird and gross. And now I'll let you pick which is weird and which is gross, okay? No implications. But so we're at this show and he
2020,
brings
baby.
his buddy Doug, and oh fuck, I shouldn't have said his name. Well, I mean, that kid's never gonna see it. So I bring his buddy Doug. Maybe his name wasn't Doug,
Maybe that's
but
the
it was.
fake
His
name
name was
he
Doug.
made up.
So
Doug
I
is
bring
like a
he brings his buddy Doug,
And Brent.
and he's a nice fella. And like we meet, the first couple bands play, and they're like, it was kind of like country western. It was pretty nice, but it was like we just kind of sat and drank and talked while the first two bands were playing. They were like a solo guy doing country. It was like Willie Nelson style, and then a full band came on, and it was pretty rad. But it's like I didn't. We were just sitting there drinking. So I'm talking to Brent, this guy, his buddy Doug. We'll just call him Doug for now, and like I would leave and go get a drink, and I could hear his laugh from like through a door at the bar while the band's playing. I swear to God, like cut through that, like just crystal clear, cut through the crowd, to the point where like I lost him. I've been to shows with him, but just never noticed this before. But I lose him like later in the night. Like this guy Rich Hope played, and it was kind of a little more chill, old time rock and roll. There's a bunch of old timers there, so the crowd was pretty lame like by this point in the night, and the fucking song would stop, and you just hear and then I'd be like looking around like, where's that coming from? Like, that can't be Brent again. This is the 16th time tonight I've heard his laugh through the crowd. And sure enough, like I find him, I'll lock on, and it's him and Doug, and they're just having a laugh, you know?
Yeah, having the best
Through
of
the
time.
busy crowd of people, literally all night. We ended up leaving that bar, and like I met up with this girl, and we went to this other bar, and it was all fucking night. And I'm like, I even told this girl too. I was like, man, my buddy, just like watch for it. I've been all night. I'll lose him, and then I'll hear his laugh and be like, okay, he's behind me to the left.
Marco
You know?
Polo.
He's behind me to the right.
Yeah.
And sure enough, fuck, we go to this other bar, and same thing. Band stops mid set. They stop for a breather, and it's like from the fucking depths of the crowd. Oh man, I love him. Brent, you're a funny guy, but you got a even funnier
fucked up
laugh.
Yeah.
Doug, you're cool.
I don't know. I didn't even really talk to him. I didn't talk to him for more than one beer's worth of drinking. But yeah, seemed all right. Seemed like a nice fella.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
But anyway, we actually have a topic
Yeah.
this week.
Do we?
Unlike last week, we have a
Kinda.
topic. We want to talk about Duane
Kinda.
Peters. Duane motherfucking Peters.
Yeah.
Skateboard
Oh,
legend,
yeah.
punk rock legend, just regular human legend.
Master of disaster.
Master of disaster. But
Best fucking
this topic kind of
best
came
punk
up.
rock skateboarder of all time.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I
Yeah.
think you should spearhead this one because you kind of like brought this up because
I
of
don't really
some-
want to.
You had some shit going on. This is why this became a topic.
Yeah. Well, I had some friends in town, and we spent the week. We spent like 4 days. Again, how the sausage is made, we, live our lives for 2 to 3 weeks at a time and record a couple shows at a time. So a bunch of shit's happened. So one of the weekends that it wasn't at a show, I had some old friends in town for 4 days, and we got a hotel together and bopped around and fucking ate barbecue chicken
Oh, Doug,
ate
get out of my
barbecue
butt.
chicken a
Yeah.
bunch.
Lick my butt, Doug.
Make me laugh, Brent.
Tickle my butt.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff. All the stuff you do when your friends are in town. But yeah,
yeah.
so my fucking super hairy friends came to town, and we just had a great time. And we were out shopping around, hitting all the thrift stores, because, they're from the north.
You haven't
so
had
they don't
scabies
get-
in a fucking while. Might as well get that again.
Yeah. Right? Might as well buy a fucking Corona blanket. Right? While I'm out and about.
Fucking battle that
Tis
for
the
a
season,
weekend.
tis the city.
Yeah.
But I end up stumbling in. There's just
Anyway.
yeah, end up stumbling into this place, or we end up going to this place. It's called the Mintage Mall, and it's like 2 floors, and it's just every single room is someone's like shop, right? But it's mostly, it's all younger people. There's like one taxidermy place that's pretty weird, and then like a Western place that's really expensive. But then it's all these like hipsters that just like go to Value Village and buy the clothes cheap and resell them for hundreds of dollars, right?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. But there's a couple cool rooms in there, and there was just like one room where this like super babely chick, I think she plays in the Alien Boys, which is a local band, super babely, just gorgeous girl. She's got fucking leather and denim and leopard and fucking punk rocks going. And I've been there, and right?
So much
You got cows, we got leopards, we got buffaloes, we got goats and sheep, all kinds of garments made out of. Yeah, I think there's human leather here. Yeah, there might be. There might be.
It smells like gorilla.
So we go in, and like I'm excited for this place because I know it's in here and it's rad, and there's always rad people, and it's one of the biggest shops in this huge fucking building. And sure enough, babe chick, and she's just got like, shit set up. She's got like fucking punk rock posters on the wall, and she's got a guitar over here, and this leaning up against that, and a bunch of old school skate decks, like just stacked up. Like you're not even some of them are showing the graphics, some of them aren't. And so we're in there browsing, and and I just was digging through, and I fucking pulled out Duane Peters deck, and was like, shit, looking at it like this is pretty rad, and like thinking to myself like this is a piece of history, like a small piece. It's not worth anything to anybody else, but like to me, to like what I believe in, to the shit that I enjoy, to the way that I live, like this is like a fucking headstone. It's a monument to like the greatest fucking punk rocker skateboarder of all time. And like I was like, well, fuck it. I was like, this chick's rad. I'm gonna see if she wants to sell this board. $20. So she gave me this board for $20, and I'm happy to own it. It's just gonna be a shelf, or some wall art.
Wall hanger.
Duane Peters, the fucking master of disaster, dude. Like,
master.
And I think you're right about dating it, RJ.
Yeah,
that's like the new Skates logo.
Yeah,
so I don't think it's actually
reissue.
as old as it looks.
Yeah,
that's it's the reissue for sure. But I don't fucking care. Like I don't care.
What's that?
It's never gonna see the street again.
What's going on with that? Like, there's half a truck attached to it. What's that bullshit?
Oh yeah, it's just got the two truck bases.
That's weird as fuck. Who would take that part of the truck off? Who even knows to do that?
I don't know.
No one.
I don't know.
That's some shit.
I mean, it's only one nut, but still.
Why would you take the whole thing though? Like, makes no sense.
I'm gonna take the wheels.
I just want the
Ace Trucks. Have you ever heard?
Take the thing.
Have you ever heard of that? Ace Trucks.
Ace?
No,
I don't know Ace.
Yeah. I think it's like a pretty like low end company.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, I think it was part of like how it was sitting. Like it wasn't even showing the graphic. It was just sitting there like grip tape out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's an interesting shape. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, that's an old school shape. That's pretty interesting. It's wide, super wide deck. So I was like, I'm going to go look at it. So I flipped it over, and it was like Duane motherfucking Peters. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I'm just going to turn it into a shelf once I live in a house again.
It's one thing to say, like, oh, that's the reissue. That's not the original from, like, 1985 or whatever. 1980.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
Who knows?
Four?
Yeah.
I don't remember what.
Yeah.
Something like
his
that. His peak was pretty early in the 80s.
I don't fucking know.
But
did we watch something?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 70s, really. His peak was.
Yeah, but I don't
70s,
think he had like
if you're not counting modern.
Pro model like on skull skates. I think it was like early 80s.
When do you know when Tony Hawk started?
Started skating?
Well, like
86.
70s.
So 86, like
no, they were going to competition.
They said
in
that
70s,
when Tony
they overlapped
started,
for a minute.
They overlapped for a minute, but Duane was done. By that.
And Duane is like.
Did you guys watch that? Did you guys watch this documentary?
Yeah. Who cares?
Who
cares?
Yeah, it was cool.
The raddest fucking part of this whole thing is the edit they did of Duane Peters and Tony Hawk, and it was Duane's last pro comp. Tony Hawk was like a fan of Duane, and he talks about how he's seen Duane once, like holy shit, and he spit on him. It was just kind of like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then they do this whole edit to this like wicked punk rock song, old punk song. Yep. And it's both of their whole run. It's like 2 minutes all cut side by side.
Yeah.
It's so rad. It's the raddest 2 minutes of this whole documentary.
Yeah.
Even though it's old school skating, it's kind of skating where it's like, well, shit, I could probably do that. I mean, I can't triple kick flip and backside 180 off of this and into that. But like, I could if I was of that era or younger and like had access to a fucking pool and around cool people doing that, I could fucking do that. I could ride.
Yeah.
You know, not that good. But
it's like
I
could fucking.
It was enjoyable.
I think I could do that, or I could get concussion.
Or concussion.
One of the two.
Well, I've seen you guys ride mini ramps and half pipes and shit and quarter pipes, and like you guys could do it if you
If you
grew up in that area with those people.
But that shit's so fun, though.
It's so
That's
like
the fun shit.
I
That's
feel
the
like when
fun.
like we used to like Skyler like used to skate and we would skate together a lot. It's there's one thing like we grew up in the age of like Tony Hawk video games. Like those are the
totally
tricks to learn. But like
hand plant, kick,
we
flip,
can't do
Christ
those
air.
tricks.
no,
Yeah.
God,
So
no.
we're gonna make up our own tricks, and that's where Duane
Yeah.
Peters fucking comes from, and that's where we come from. Like we are punk rock.
Yeah.
We're not doing hard flips. Like fuck that. No one knows how to
No.
do that.
You know what about? It's
No.
a crazy thing about hard flips. They're really hard.
They're really hard.
really
No
hard.
one can do that.
Yeah.
No one's gonna do that.
Show
But
me
we
the
would,
easy flip first.
we would skate together all the time, and you just kind of make up, dumbass
Yeah.
shit. Like, can you do this? And it's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You used to have your
Yeah.
little tiley gap. You'd like jump the like fucking corner of the driveway. Like you
Yeah.
just make up shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that.
for sure.
And it doesn't matter that
Yeah.
this is like, oh, it's not a hard flip. It's not a 360 shove it backside late
No.
flip. Like, no, it's like
no, you spend
here's
all
something.
day trying to land a board
But it's
slide
like
or
it's
trying to
something
land a
like
tail
I don't
slide
know
or
how to do
revert
this.
out
I'm gonna
or-
spend the whole day like trying to do this.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's what is so
Yeah, yeah.
fun about skateboarding. And like when we would ride together, there's a trick you invented that I do to this day.
Wow.
And I did it last Thursday. I was skating with my boy G. Shoutouts to G. And he was blown away. And I had to go like, my brother invented that. And it's
Called
the
falling on your face.
no, it's the body varial rock and roll revert.
Oh.
You invented that at Curtis's
Oh, okay.
house.
Wow.
I had never seen that before. Like you go, it's like fakie body varial, land in a rock, and then revert out.
Oh.
And it's like I
That's pretty rad.
literally never seen it. It looks cool as fuck, and I
It
seen
looks like I could see it looking way more complicated too,
So, like,
right?
yeah.
'Cause
yeah,
you're
just
spinning
go fakie
your body.
fakie
Yeah.
body varial, land rock, and then rotate out the
Yeah.
same way. It looks cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But like I never seen anyone do that before. I saw him do it back in the mid 2000s at Curtis's
Back in
house.
06.
I still busted out from time to time, and like people are like, "What the fuck was that?" And like, my brother invented it.
Yeah. Just the revert was always fun. I always sucked at fucking skateboarding, but like I could like do the
Revert out.
revert.
Yeah.
They was just like
Make it
quickly
look
like
fancy.
Yeah.
just like fucking flare my body out and like I can
Yeah.
land that. I can do
Yeah.
that. But it was I don't know. Maybe this summer I'll entertain it.
Maybe.
But that's
Come and watch.
But that's kind of like that's the interest in the old school skating and I mean how it ties into punk rock is its own thing. But like watching this documentary was kind of just like I got so fucking pumped. I got so fucking pumped, and it was just like it was. One thing I do appreciate about it, although I am a fan, just a general fan of these things, right? Like they would play a full song and play clips from
Yeah.
this old school comp, and they'd play a whole 2 or 3 minute punk song and
Yeah.
just like cut up this whole comp of all these pro skaters, or like eventually would
Yeah.
be pro skaters, and the originators of the pool style and the street style and fucking
yeah, I
of
didn't realize
skateboarding.
that,
They were the
I
creators
it was like
of
half
the modern-
documentary, half skate video.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
rad.
I
They play a
didn't
whole
realize
song,
that
cut up a whole
Duane
comp,
Peters was
and then get back into
like
it.
I always knew that he was like a skateboarder, and he was like good, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize that he was like the best at.
For like a
One
very
point.
short time,
He
he
was
was.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's I didn't fucking know that.
Definitely the
Like,
best of the wild cards for sure. Like they said, like maybe he wasn't the most technical, but he had all of the style and
Yeah.
these moves, like the fucking indie air. Like I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He invented the indie air.
Yeah.
And all
You know,
those
it's like-
inverts, he invented all that shit.
Especially those like those contests
Yeah.
that he would enter. It seemed like it was like if he had a good day, he could win. You know what I mean? Like
Unstoppable, yeah.
But
So
his
much
like
style.
approach, like he comes like punk first. Like he's not going there to
Yeah.
win. Like he's going to skate.
No.
yeah,
He's gonna skate.
Hard,
And if it's
yeah.
like it's a 2-minute run and he'll skate for 40 seconds because he gets tired or he falls down, like that's the end of it. Because he's
Yeah.
not there,
yeah.
like treating it like, oh, I have to do this to win. It's like he's just there to skate. Like that's in an era also where ramps and pools were like not super fucking common. So there was a real treat to be like all the best guys in the world, or I guess California, like it wasn't a very big sport back then. All the best guys anyway are going to be at this location on this weekend on this ramp. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to rip.
Yeah.
And like I get, your practice time before the show or whatever, and then during my run it's still like he's just vibing off everyone. Like Tony Alva's there doing these huge airs, Christian Hossoi's there. He's going to do his thing. And if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And that was just his approach.
I think they were talking to his buddy like that. They show a couple clips of them old too, like skating to the beach to go surfing. Olsen, or whatever.
Yeah, Steve Olsen.
And he was saying he was like
not the same Steve Olsen that was on Shorties in the late '90s. Different Steve Olsen.
No.
Not
the
related
original,
to Mary
OG.
Kate and Ashley.
Not related to Mary Kate.
No. Well, actually, we don't know.
We
don't know.
I want a
Could
quick
be great
sidebar.
uncle.
By the way, everyone that's listening and has no idea what we're talking about, we all watched the documentary Who Cares on YouTube, the Duane Peters story. So, besides just talking about Duane Peters, generally we did all watch this like YouTube documentary together, and then we're referencing that, and it's a must watch.
Yeah.
He's cool as fuck.
Yeah, soundtrack is awesome.
Soundtrack.
The fucking history.
Yeah.
It's like you said, half skate video, half documentary.
Yep.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's all like the original footage from the original,
And besides
California
the skateboarding, it goes to all his
comps.
band shit too. Like you learn all about the
bunch of band
Huns, the
shit.
fucking gunfight,
Huns.
One
the
last thing
US
about
bombs.
like
US
the
bombs.
skateboarding I like to bring up before we transfer into some music stuff.
Right.
But it's a nice segue. I'm calling it out, but like, he was like big on when he skated was like I want you to put this music on the overhead, and I'm gonna skate to it, like
Black Flag.
right, putting Black Flag on and shit.
Right.
Like, I thought that was really
Yep.
cool. That
Yep.
he's like, no one did that before we did.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
And I can,
And these are our bands. Like Black Flag's not local, but still, like might as well be.
This is
right?
what we
like,
skate
these are our
to.
fucking
Similar.
bands.
And-
Black Flag was an LA band, weren't they not?
They were
DC.
DC? Really?
No, they were LA.
Yeah, I think.
Black Flag.
No, I think they were a DC band,
No.
and then moved to LA. Yeah,
Maybe.
I feel like
no,
Henry Rollins was
Henry Rollins
a
is a
DC,
DC
but
guy.
he was the third singer.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
guy
Like
that
Greg,
Well, yeah,
One
Ron
of
and
the-
Keith.
Didn't
yeah,
one
Keith and like Greg Ginn. I'm pretty sure they're an LA band,
one of
and
them
they just
owned a bar
grabbed.
downtown. I want to say like East Bayish.
Yeah.
Not?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
I think
sense.
so.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
also
yeah.
wasn't one of the lead
That
singers
makes
from like
sense.
Canada.
Yeah, Reyes. What's his name?
Ron Reyes.
He lives
Yeah.
in Vancouver
Ron
now.
Reyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, oddly enough, so weird, he lives next door to that fake address I was using when I first got here.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a random address. It was 8669 Gilly Avenue.
Yeah.
And I was using this because I thought 86 is my birthday and 69 is the best number in the world. And Gilly's right there. So, like, I was like, this is my fake address. And I was at a bar and I just happened to say to some random dude, oh, yeah, I'm using this fake address. I live in my van. And he's like, dude, you know that's right next door to Ron Reyes? I'm like, what? Like Black Flag Ron Reyes? He's like, yeah. And I was like, no. Like, how do you even know that? He's stealing his mail?
Yeah.
He's like, no, like his son. I know his son, and one of his sons still lives there.
Yeah.
And that's where Ron Reyes lives. It's like
Wow.
8672 or whatever. And it's like, wow,
Right.
super weird coincidence. So I started stealing his mail.
Yeah. Of course you did.
I'm just kidding.
Of course you did.
But I was gonna say, like, yeah, they were rad for doing that, like incorporating punk rock. But that Steve Olsen guy was saying, like, Duane, like, he went in with that punk rock attitude. It was like, I'm gonna do these two tricks,
Yep.
and that's it. The next 40 seconds after that, that's just like, we'll see how it goes. I'll just try something I never tried. I'll just ride, feel it, fucking,
Yeah.
pull it off.
Yeah.
And then I guess when he won his first comp, he paid all his drunk driving tickets. So, like, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking punk rock too.
Yeah.
Done.
It's just so
fucking
rad.
So
Fucking-
rad.
Like, Duane Peters is so rad, and like, I mean, I wouldn't say a perfect role model by any means, but like, oh my god, man, like the life he's lived, it's like we would all be so lucky.
And like
As unfortunate as some of it is, we'd still all be
I feel
so lucky.
like what I got from it was like it was almost like he skateboarded until he thought it wasn't cool anymore and got bored of it, and then he just like
Yeah, it became too fucking
but then it was
too
just
corny.
But then it was like just a quick transition into like, well, I guess I'll just make punk music. Like that's my other.
You could. It was the 80s.
It was that
easy.
It
was the 90s. You know, like
and
you
then
could do it. Yeah.
Once he kind of like got bored of punk music, he went back to skateboarding, and like killed it again. And then now he's like, you know, older, and it's like back to just like making music again. Like his body can't take the skateboarding like it used to.
But there's still like that, like
I think he still rides.
Yeah,
I'm sure he still does.
I don't think
like,
he skates as much as he used to. Like speaking,
no, but they do have those bowl comps.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Vans
Like
has
speaking
one, right?
as the like expert on skateboarding, due to I still follow skateboarding. Like he was pretty active in the like bowl. Like there is like the like legends like the bowl meets and shit.
There was something in this show that they talked about, like the Crown Jewel or something.
Yeah, they still do those, but I don't think he's in them anymore. I think 2015 he was inducted into like Skateboarding Hall of Fame.
Nice, good for him.
And great for him. But he was like looking pretty old and had like a cane then.
Wow.
So like I don't think he skates anymore. And they do those like in Hawaii there's a big event. Yeah. Like the like Hawaii like Legends Open kind of thing. And a lot of the people that were in that documentary, Who Cares, like Jeff Grosso, like Tony Alva, like those guys are still riding.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't think Duane Peters is in those anymore. Like
Caballero, he was only
Cab's still
he was
going.
A brief.
Yeah, Cab's still like rocking.
Yeah.
But
he's kind of like I seen something with like Mike V.
Yeah.
And he was like trying like whatever trick at one of those comps, and it was like a gap or something.
Yeah,
and
it was like a Vans thing.
He's not even that old.
Right.
He's not even that old, but like he shows up every 3 years to do one banging trick. He's not really riding. So like I could see Duane doing that. Shows up every 5 years. He's you know, someone invited him. They paid for his trip, kind of thing, and it's like, yeah, I'll fucking go. I can ride a skateboard still. Yeah. You know, and just show up every couple years and just be a face and be the legend he is, man. Like everyone should be sucking his dick.
I have a quick clip queued up. I don't know if this will work as well as the way Mike like just inserts fucking sound effects. But like I've been aware of who Duane Peters was for years.
On my back.
Like in the 90s, I liked the US Bombs. But it wasn't until the Give 'Em the Boot DVD came out that the intro to the US Bomb song has encapsulated. Before that, though, like what he says is just like that's exactly the way I felt about everything. Is like there was just like a light switch that turned when I heard No Effects. That's like, my life is different. And this is Duane's version.
This is me now. Yep.
This is me 19, you know. Oh, let me fuck. I already blew it.
Closer to the mic.
I got to start it over.
I'm sorry.
Closer to the mic.
Ramones, and it fucked me up. When I heard that guitar, I'm sorry. That's the best guitar I've ever heard. I fucking fell in. Then I heard the Pistols. Sorry. You know what? That fucked me up even more. I have 20 years of punk rock in me.
Fuck yeah.
Pretty sick.
Sorry.
So sick. Sorry. And he like falls. I think doesn't they show him falling off a stage or something while that's going on?
Yeah. But just that, like I heard that guitar. Sorry. Like that's it.
Sorry.
That's the fucking that's the tone. Like you just hear it as like an 11-year-old. Like, oh, life is different now. And you know him saying I got 20 years of punk rock in me. It's like I have 20 years of punk rock in me. I'm 35 years old right now. Yeah. Like it's like I've been like on that wavelength for 20 years. 20 I just years, like think differently, and it's because you just hear like for him it was like I heard the Ramones and sorry, and to me it's like I heard No Effects. Sorry.
Yeah. For sure.
Totally.
Like
Rancid, Pennywise.
But it was just that like guitar like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like this is different.
What is this?
I'm gonna chase this down a rabbit hole. What is going on? I've never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best music played by like the best, coolest people.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to listen
Why
to
wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I mean, now it is what it is. It's totally its own brand of a counterculture, right? Like it's not obscure. It's not dangerous. It's not that. It's not the things that made it
Cool
kind of
back
appealing
then.
in his day.
I don't know if it exists anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, is there a new punk
No,
bands?
I don't think it. I don't. Yeah, Chain Whip, baby.
Have you not been paying attention?
Have you not been listening to me for a month?
Teenage Bottle Rocket. Like,
Okay.
they
Yeah,
still put shit in.
I guess there's
There's new bands.
but
There's new bands, but it's like the ethos is different. They all go home and get on Instagram and promote their next show.
But that's
Yeah.
just
It's
music
not.
in general.
that's music.
right?
It's
in
not-
general, yeah.
You can't
It's not
blame
foot
them.
to pavement, though.
But like
No.
No,
watching
of course.
this, like
It's the new mediums,
Who
right?
Cares documentary with Duane Peters, and he's just like, for 8 years I was on tour, and he had a rule
Dude,
like every
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
only staying in
He's like, I don't fucking care about recording.
No.
He's like, I just want to play shows. I don't care.
1 year,
I just want people to come
1
to
year
show
maximum,
and drink and have a good time.
1 year maximum.
Yeah.
Every year
Dude,
I'm quitting.
No vanity in that.
Yeah.
There's no vanity.
Every year
in
I'm
that
quitting this
shit.
band and starting a new one. Like that's the way it is. Every year it's a new band, and every year it's new
Yeah.
songs, and that's something that like
Till the bombs.
as
Till the
much
US
as
bombs.
like okay, so like I like shitfully play guitar, but I love playing like Rancid songs where everyone can sing along and it's very fun.
Yeah.
And there's something about if you wrote a song the way Rancid writes its song and they play a venue that has thousands of people in it, everybody sings along, that has got to be the funnest thing in the fucking world.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know how fun it is for us on the floor?
Yeah.
Times 10
You,
on the stage.
if that
You know
person
what
on
I
the
mean?
stage
Like,
wrote it, and like these are my stories, this is my song, and everyone knows the words. But there's something kind of sad about we've been playing that song for 20 years. Like there's something sad about the Rolling Stones that have been playing the same
Yeah.
fucking song since 1967.
well, the Rolling Stones can suck.
Exactly.
They can fucking
There's
suck
something
my
sad
dick,
about
yeah.
that. It's like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a point when that's cool as fuck, and then it kind of gets sad.
You know it's gotta be shitty for
Listen,
them.
It's got to be a little
I'll
like
shed it.
you can play that song in your sleep. Like there's not, but at the same time, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there's something
Listen, I'll
so
I'll shed a tear like all the other single mothers out there when Wild Horses comes on.
Right.
Okay, but it's still
Or
it's
that
fucking
Dixie
lame.
Chick
It's
song
lame.
about the mountain.
yeah.
No, dude, it's Rolling Stones. Wild Horses. Get a grip.
Yeah.
Horses in a-
But anyway,
No
like I do think that's cool.
That
and
one? Is
That one.
That one.
Is that
one.
Rolling
Yeah.
Stones?
Yeah, that's what. I don't know. I don't know if what you were singing was actually the Rolling Stones.
That's what
but-
I was thinking. This Dixie Chicks.
Well, they probably covered it. knows?
I don't know. It's like
That's
I don't think
I
that's
think
the
that's
Rolling
like
Stones.
Kings of Leon.
it's not Kings of Leon.
That sounds a lot more like Kings of Leon.
That's the Chicks.
than the Dixie
That's
Chicks.
Dixie Chicks.
But anyway,
I don't know.
as cool
The
as it
sex is
is
on
to
fire.
write a song that sex is on fire, that everybody's gonna sing along in the Air Canada Centre, how cool that sounds. It's so
That
much
sucks.
fucking
Fuck off. That
cool.
song, no, just
It-
stop your story. That song sucks. And that,
But-
no one wants to listen to a stadium of people sing that song. That's garbage.
Sex is on fire.
Terrible fucking
Terrible
like,
fucking-
anecdote. Pick a better band. Smash Mouth.
I'm sorry for
Smash
bringing it
Mouth.
up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for
When everyone is singing "Walking on the Song" at the top
Somebody.
of somebody,
you know.
when everyone is singing, like that's cool as fuck. But how much cooler is it to be like every year I start a new band and I never play those old songs again?
Yeah.
Like you're purposefully
super
like
cool.
killing it right off. You're cutting the head off that snake.
Yeah.
That's cool as fucking hell.
Yeah.
There's no ego. There's no fucking vanity to it. It's just let's play music.
People know who I am because I'm Duane
Keep it
Peters,
fresh.
the legend. But every time I
Yeah.
come to your town and play, it's new fucking songs. It's new
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
It's new ideas. Like that is art.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not karaoke.
Yeah.
And not to say Rancid's karaoke. I fucking love Rancid. But everybody
Of course,
knows that
but-
song. They're playing that song in their
Yeah.
fucking sleep. They've played Time Bomb 40,000 times.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Dude, at least.
Yeah.
Well, that was my gripe after the Rancid show. It was like they played one song off the new album, and then they didn't even throw one or two, like, holy fuck moment songs in there like they
Right.
have been doing all the other years.
Right.
Like, okay, we're not going to play the same old set in a different order. We're going to throw fucking whatever. I don't know. Just a
Right.
Feeling in there. We're going to throw this song that no
Oh.
one's heard. I Want to Riot. No
Oh.
one's heard it in fucking 15
The
years.
most
you know?
underrated song of all time.
It's like, throw that in the set if you're just going to play the same old set plus one new song. Or play 6 new songs and fuck the crowd. Man, the new record's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you just play Sex on Fire.
Sex is on fire.
If Rancid played Sex on Fire, it'd still be awesome, okay?
Yeah.
You know?
I could see
They
Matt
can't
Freeman
do
sing
no
that.
wrong.
Oh, Matt Freeman.
Sex is on fire. You know?
I
don't even know the song. I don't even know.
Books of your sex is on fire.
You know? Like,
That sounds like Kings of Leon again.
that's who he's covering.
That's the cover.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Oh,
So
yeah, okay.
I think what you're trying to say is that I nailed it.
Yeah, you killed it.
You fucking
But
nailed it.
Duane Peters.
And I gotta give you guys, I gotta give you guys one thing here. One thing. I'll suck this dick for a minute. That fucking Bad Religion song they play in there. I think they're like Sublime does a cover. That's where I recognized it. But Bad Religion has a song in this video. It's their best fucking song, and I gotta give it to them as much as they fucking
You
blow.
hate Bad Religion. I want you to
Killer.
say what song it is because I don't even recognize it.
Yeah, say it with your mouth.
We're only gonna die. That
Sing it.
we're only gonna
This
die.
is a new karaoke episode.
Na 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 to control. Mine was all the same, and to conquer was a goal. Build a great empire, slaughtered his own kind. Died a confused man, kill himself with his own mind. Let's go. That
Oh
one.
yeah, that's old Bad Religion.
And sex is on fire.
That
Sex
song-
is on fire.
Sex is on fire, sex is on fire.
At the Eric and
That
the
song
Center.
fucking rips. Yeah, that song fucking rips, and like I'll give it to them.
This,
like
the
that is
soundtrack
their
was
only good
sick.
song.
I'm totally drawing a
The soundtrack's
blank.
so sick.
But that one song, that's like, fuck, who sings it? When it's like, at the right place, at the right time, it's the right place.
Oh,
At the
Weirdos.
time. The weird, yeah, so fucking good.
yeah.
I love
I
that
think it's
song.
the Weirdos.
I'm gonna try.
Sounds right. Something like that. The Weirdos, or the fucking. Not the Buzzcocks. I think
It's
it's
not
the
the
Weirdos.
beard. It's not the Buzzcocks.
No. I think it's the Weirdos. Yeah, the fucking soundtrack's good. It's like mostly U.S. bombs, but it's still rad. Yeah, it's still rad. I mean, U.S. bombs are good. I mean, they're definitely a time and a place kind of band. Like they're mid-tempo. Duane Peters has got no range in his voice. It's monotone
No.
punk rock, balls to the wall the whole time. So I mean, like, whatever. Like time and a place. I'm not listening to it every day, but I definitely do dig it.
Yeah.
45
he lived,
MPH.
he lived a balls to the walls life. Like,
Oh,
he-
fuck yeah,
he
did.
died twice, apparently. They didn't really explain that at all, other than it might have been
That's
drug
something
related.
that I kind of
All they did
like
was
took
just
away
mention
is
it.
like, really? Because they're like trying to like paint him as like the most badass cool guy of all time. It's like he died
Like, he
twice.
is on his own. He's already cool enough.
Yeah, you don't need to like up him. Like we already get it.
But it's pretty cool that he died twice.
Yeah.
It is cool that he died twice, but like
I mean, I guess.
if you don't
Yeah.
follow up on that, it's like,
It's like,
what do you
seriously,
what do
how many
you
times
mean,
are you
though?
gonna die? You cuck?
Like he OD'd, like or like they
Does
never went
carbon
back
monoxide poisoning every night
Yeah.
and sleep apnea count?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. When it counts, it'll really count.
to it. Tony Hawk has
No, yeah, it was just. You're right. They're just playing it up though.
Tony Hawk has a YouTube channel called The Ride Channel. And they do this like YouTube show called Free Lunch where they like take a famous skateboarder out for lunch and ask him questions while they're eating lunch. Great idea for a show. And in that show, I'm only bringing this up because during that like documentary we just watched, Who Cares, on YouTube, the Duane Peters story, Tony Hawk says, like, I don't think Duane knew who I was, but he spit on me that day. And, like, I was a big fan. So in this, like, Tony Hawk produced TV show, like, they interviewed Duane Peters. Highly recommend it. Google or YouTube free lunch with Duane Peters, and they ask him, like, why did you spit on Tony Hawk? And Dwayne's so open, he's like, I knew who that guy was. He fucking skated like a robot. I just spit on him. Let him know. Like, he's so fucking cool. And he's just
and
like...
then then he has to sit down with Tony Hawk after?
No,
on the
Tony's
show?
not there. It's just like Tony's like production team.
Oh,
But they
yeah.
like straight up asked him,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
did you spit on Tony Hawk in like 1983? And he's like, of course I did. Like, the guy was a dork. Like, he skated like a robot.
Yeah.
But it's funny seeing it in this
That's
documentary that's like obviously recorded before this free lunch episode came out. And Tony's like, I don't know
Yeah.
if he knew who I was, but like I was in the crowd and I asked him for an autograph and he spit on me, kind of thing.
I knew who he was.
And it's like, Dwayne totally knew who you were. He fucking hated you. You skated like a robot.
I feel like Tony Hawk probably had something to do with producing this documentary, because then they immediately go into the like a few things about Tony and Dwayne comparison. Oh, it was Tony's first win and Dwayne's last competition. They both did the loop. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
feel like Tony Hawk's like a huge, monumental figure in
Right.
skateboarding. Like, you can't deny it. Say number one skateboarder, recognizable.
Sure.
Anyway, skateboarder
Easily.
of all time.
Easily.
Yeah.
Forever. Easily. So, I mean, credit to him. He earned that too. But, the fact that, the most punk rock skateboarder.
But like,
says
I'm not
that he's
gonna
a fucking
talk
corny
shit on
robot.
Tony Hawk's also the punk rock skater. Like, he's
Yeah, dude.
a fucking nerd. Don't get
He just
me
looks like a
wrong.
dink.
He looks like a dink,
That's all
but
it
he's a
is.
nerd.
Yeah.
But he's also
Yeah.
been like
But
an
he's
outcast
fucking
his whole life,
badass.
and because he had no
Yeah.
friends, he got very good at skateboarding. And we all love Tony Hawk video games, and he curated the
Fuck yeah.
soundtracks. Like, Tony Hawk
Yep.
is a punk dirtbag. Like, all
Dude,
those like
Rancid plays his birthday parties.
yeah, those are all the bands he listens to. Like, yes, he skateboards like a robot. He's very stiff and he's tall and lanky. But he's also, like,
Well-
an outcast, like, loser punk guy.
Super.
Yeah.
He's just, like,
precision,
very
too, when it
rich
comes to
right
Can't
now.
help that he's lanky.
You
as
can't
fuck.
help.
Yeah.
You can't help that he's rich right now.
Born with those
But, like,
deficiencies.
in the 80s and shit, like, he was, like, also struggling. He just didn't have a million tattoos and a heroin addiction.
Yeah.
But I don't
for
think
real.
him and Dwayne are, like, that
No, he's
far
Tony's
off.
Punk rock.
No, they have more in
Yeah.
common than they don't.
Exactly, they do.
Oh, I agree. They do. And
Yeah.
this they don't really go into it, but you can draw some lines, Tony Hawk was innovator in his own right, with whether
Yeah.
it be tricks or doesn't really apply to Dwayne, but like the business side of things, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
he marketed himself like a motherfucker.
And that
He
all
was-
came so much
there's
later.
a lot in
like,
common, but definitely opposite.
but
in a
you have
lot
to
of ways,
think of
but
like
so much
the
in common.
timeline, because we know of Tony Hawk as how we were introduced to Tony Hawk in the 90s.
Yeah, PS1.
Yeah.
But that's
He had
15
years
years
before
later.
Yeah.
He was like
Yeah,
struggling
yeah.
for years before the video game and the X Games came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we know him
Birdhouse
as
took
like
off
the
and all
household
that,
name
yeah.
because he was the first big guy. But he was the first big guy because he struggled for 15 years in an industry that got no recognition. And then when ESPN put it on TV, like, oh, he's the most famous guy.
Yep.
So
Oh, he was the most talented.
Yeah.
Or I guess like the most practiced.
he was the most
you know,
practiced,
like,
most
he was-
experienced guy. Because all
Yeah.
like Duane Peters and all those
Yeah.
guys came and gone, and he was just still there. Yeah.
Yep. As soon as the board was flying out of your feet into your hands and then back to your feet, they all called it. They're like, nah, this is corny. We're not doing that. Yeah.
Nope.
New.
Dork trick.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'd say, yeah, definitely fucking, huge fucking whatever, thumbs up to Tony Hawk for sure. I don't mean, I'm not dissing him, but it is two worlds, although there's a lot in common. Really, if you...
Just the generation we grew
mean, I
up
think
in, like, I give a lot
guess,
to Tony
yeah.
Hawk. Like, those video games were
For sure.
paramount to
Well, and
me.
even to the
enjoying-
soundtrack.
And the soundtracks,
The
yeah.
soundtrack.
I
I
started skateboarding
Fucking
before
almost every band on those soundtracks. I still
the
listen
first
to.
two for sure.
On the first one.
Yeah.
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 Like, I started skateboarding before the game came out, but because the game came out, it kept me interested.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah,
dude.
like that maintained the
sure.
interest. Like every year there's a new game that got exciting. You play the video game, then you want to go outside and fucking skateboard.
Yeah.
If that game wasn't
Dude,
there, I
stole
probably
all the
would have.
candles in my house for like 4 summers.
Yeah.
Every candle that came in
Yeah,
my house
fuck,
was going outside.
It's going on the curb.
You know?
Yeah.
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 Fucking right.
For like 4 full summers.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, Tony Hawk fucking rad. Duane Peters is radder, but still, Tony Hawk's rad.
The quiet radder.
Quiet rad.
Yeah.
It's quiet rad.
Until you learn
for
about
sure.
him.
I think just like kind of tie it in with the music and punk rock. Like we saw Rancid in 2008 or 2006, somewhere in there, and they did like an acoustic half of their set.
Yep.
Rad. We could talk, I'm sure, another hour about that
Easily.
show. So fucking rad. But the first time I think Rancid ever played live acoustic, like actually did a show, was for Tony Hawk. That's the story. I mean,
Right.
don't hold me to it, but
No.
that's what I've heard. There is a video online of them playing in like a little bar stage setting, and fucking Brett's playing guitar. Like when Brett was still in
Right.
the band, he's actually playing rhythm guitar back there. And like I remember me and your brother found that years ago, and we like learned some of those songs. Like they do a Clash song. Like we learned how to play St. Mary's a lot better from that video. I remember listening to that and being like, "Fuck, okay, that's what we should do when we're playing this song." Like,
Yeah.
learned how to play these Rancid songs because we've been playing them acoustic for a handful of years at that point.
Yeah.
Just trying to piece it together in my bedroom and in my basement and shit, right? My nan's house.
Oh yeah.
When I remember that video came out and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this Tony Hawk's birthday or anniversary or wedding or whatever the fuck it was. I just remember that teaching us a bunch of cool ways to play those songs.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I feel like I still
yeah.
play St.
Tie it
Mary's
all in.
the same way that we learned from that show.
Same.
So
Tony Hawk, rad dude. Duane Peters, the fucking raddest. And I gotta do it just cause
Sure.
that he's the reason I have these on my ears. You know, seen Duane Peters with an ear tattoo and was like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life." So then I literally left school that day and fucking went and got a tattoo after calling my roommate at the time and her telling I'm going to go get a tattoo. What are you getting? Oh, it's a surprise. Don't tattoo your face. Okay. You know?
ears don't
Sure.
count.
I already had it set. Tattoo my ear. Exactly. That's not my face.
That's not face.
I remember saying that on the phone. You better not tattoo your face. I'm like, I'm not tattooing my face.
Yeah, me and Skyler's like dad had the same thing. When I started getting tattoos, he's like, "No head tattoos." I'm like, if you can't see it, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get
Yeah,
like
I'm totally getting a head
behind my
tattoo.
ears and the inside of my mouth is all tattooed. Like you can't see that.
Yeah, up my beehole.
Yeah, you can't see
Remember?
that shit. That
Ew.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's technically
No.
head, but you can't see it.
Dude, when my hair starts getting real bad, I'm getting enough tattoos to make a hairline, dude. That's what I'm doing.
I've been saying that for
I'm
years.
going Tim
Like
Armstrong.
I was like tempted in the my early 20s anyway. I'm gonna shave my head, tattoo my whole head, grow my hair back in, and then once I start to lose it, I'll just shave it, and then the tattoo will look like
Yep.
old and weathered and not lame.
Yeah.
But I never did it,
Yeah.
and my hair's still
Still
kind of
young.
like
You
holding
still have enough
on.
hair.
So yeah, so I'm like
you
I'm
got
still
enough.
like good for like another maybe 3 years. But
You got good temples here. You got a good temple. You could do something right up to that.
Yeah.
You do. Look how sharp that is.
It's
Mine's
sharp.
fucking gone, dude. Can't even see it.
But
Can't
you
even
never
see my
had them to
goddamn
begin
temple
with.
anymore.
yeah,
I never had one to begin with. You're right.
Yeah.
So fair-haired,
yeah.
fair-haired maiden over here.
but yeah. Anyway, that's
And now what
likely
hairs
gonna
in there are
happen.
going gray. You
It's
can't
the
see 'em.
40-year-old lesbian in you.
Yeah.
Wheels.
Yeah. Good. No, you don't
It's
need
more the wheels because
yeah.
lesbians have great hairlines.
Yeah.
You got to give them that.
It's like the girl from Monster.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah, no eyebrows.
Yeah. Exactly. No eyebrows, no
Dwayne,
fucking...
who? Dwayne did that. That's not a good
That's
look.
a Dwayne thing. That's not a good look.
Who's
That's
Dwayne?
a Dwayne thing
Dwayne
for sure.
Peters.
That's
Oh
where I
yeah,
draw the
like
line.
he had a
I'll-
weird fucking like
I'll-
blonde eyebrows and blonde
Yeah.
hair
Yeah.
that was like
Yeah.
you know what he looked like?
That was
he
not
looked
a
like
good
Arnold
look.
Schwarzenegger from the first Terminator
First
movie.
Terminator, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But like
It
when
might
he-
have been inspired by
Baby
that.
it had
That's
to
the
have
same
been.
year.
Like he looked just like him.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he was
Wow.
just
That's
I don't know,
cool.
didn't want to like shave his eyebrows, I guess.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is
know.
fucking hilarious.
But yeah, it was fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I draw the line at the ear tattoos. I'm not fucking shaving my eyebrows.
No. Not yet.
Well,
I'm not that punk rock. Fuck that.
we're at an hour, boys. I think we should wrap this up. All the respect to Duane
Yeah, let's wrap
Peters.
it up.
He's
That was
not
fun.
dead, but he's the fucking best.
Yeah.
No.
We'll have another episode of
Shout out.
him.
Yeah,
Duane
if he
Peters.
After he dies.
after he dies, we'll do another tribute episode. But I think it's important to like not wait until people die to like tribute them.
Yeah.
Like Kobe's a cock. No one wants to like tribute him now.
Yeah. Dwayne didn't rape anybody.
Dwayne
that we
didn't
know
rape
of.
anyone that we know of. Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm sure. Honestly, I'm sure
And
he did.
he
I hate to
probably
say it, but I'm
did.
sure he
He
did.
probably
Like, I'm not
did.
saying they didn't.
Yeah,
I'm not
He's
defending
definitely
him.
been raped. He
He was in
raped,
prison,
for sure.
wasn't he? Or his wife was in prison.
Dude, she's like a foot taller than him, eh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my god, he's a little guy.
Like
Yeah.
a whole foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's all tits too.
It's kind of hot.
That's a
Oh,
good.
she's a
Yeah,
babe.
she's hot.
She's total babe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're not together anymore.
That's
Oh
hot.
no, you're right. They're not.
They're not together anymore.
Okay.
The Huns have broken up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So what's he
Okay.
doing now?
I think he's like
Die
not
Huns.
in a good place.
Oh, no.
Is that why the Die Huns started?
Maybe.
Like
I
the
don't
Die
know, now
Huns
that
are
you're
different
saying
than
it.
the Huns. Maybe that's why the Die Huns are
Yeah.
a thing.
I don't even know if Dwayne's in that band. You know?
The last like album I have, like it's definitely upstairs in the record collection I gifted to my brother here. Like I do have a Duane Peters Gunfight EP, and it's rad.
Oh yeah.
But that's probably 2011.
That's pretty new, right?
2011 maybe.
Yeah.
It's relatively
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
It's after the bombs
Say
and
like
after the
last
Huns.
5 or so years.
Yeah,
I think
It's good.
there was a song of his on a comp. That I
Right.
heard. Gunfight.
it's good. It's good, but it's not like
Yeah, check
You
it
know.
out.
they're all like we were saying. Like he just does a new band every couple of years, so like there's not like the anthems
Yeah.
that like that U.S. bomb song forever. It's like the
Yeah,
bombs
yeah.
are done.
Yeah.
Everyone's done. He just starts new shit all the time,
Yeah.
which is cool as fuck.
That's
I like
cool,
that.
man.
I like that.
Yeah, that's we should all be doing that. We should all be, creating and making art in our own way, whether it be through skateboarding or
Yeah.
actually putting pen to paper or music or
Yeah.
even just, fucking
I
nailing something
think that's
to
so
a tree
fucking
and calling
cool.
it a sculpture.
As much as I love,
Yeah.
like, back to, like, going to see Rancid, and collectively the three of us know every single song, and we can sing along to every song, and it's so fun. Like, how much cooler would that be for Rancid to be like, we're just playing the new stuff. Like, we're artists.
I'd be into
We
it.
just
Could be
wrote
good.
this. We're
be
not
good.
playing songs from 1992. Like,
be
sorry, you
Yeah.
missed it.
Literally play
It's
the whole
2000
45-minute
fucking
record
20.
and then a couple
Yeah.
choice cuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that's the way it
Yep.
should be.
I
Like,
agree.
we're artists. We just wrote this. These are songs about our current lives. We want to sing them and play them for you.
Yeah.
Gonna watch my kids
Now, the
every
only-
other Sunday.
Wow.
I mean, I still want to hear it, right? Like,
I still want to
Jump-
hear
jump-
it. I
jump
still want to
quickly,
sing
like-
along, but you don't have to bring up his deadbeat ass.
No, I'm sure. As far as I know, Lars is a great father.
He's a great dad.
Great
His
dude.
kids on Instagram
Yeah, check
all
his
the time.
Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen some. Yeah,
Yeah.
great life. Better
But
life
it's like,
than what
I
got
agree.
caught.
I agree. I would like to see that 45-minute new record played with a few of the. And granted, that's us saying we've seen them 10 times or more
Easily,
now.
yeah.
And it's like, so we've heard Time
I've
Bomb,
heard
we've
Time
heard Rich
Bomb.
Radical. So if someone new comes to see them, they want to hear that. I get it. But also, like, still play the new record, half the show, do a half hour of the new songs maybe that you're writing and recording right now. Work them out
Work
here
'em out.
with us.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe
That's
we
what
won't
we're
go
here
as
for.
hard, but maybe we also need a break because we've just been jumping around for 25 minutes straight.
Right.
Like, just fucking play some new shit. You know?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. So, yeah, that was our gripe when we. That was my
It
gripe,
was yours
anyways,
for
after
sure.
the show.
Yeah.
It's been your grape for
Definitely remember
months.
that.
Months. You keep bringing it up.
Keep
I know.
bringing it up.
But I mean, whatever. I'll still go see him next time, and I don't care what they play.
Fucking right.
Really.
Was
Well,
that it?
Yeah, that's it. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
This
I think
podcast is found on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio. There's definitely more. I keep fucking forgetting. I don't remember. Anywhere that you want a podcast, you can get Pretty Much Experts. Download it, tell a friend, share it. Every week I check and we're like slightly higher than the week before. It's very cool. I'm so appreciative of the people that download this and hear our stupid ass stories and opinions on everything that's wrong with our lives.
Yeah, thanks,
It's
everybody.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We love you, Duane Peters. We love you, Tony Hawk. We love skateboarding.
Okay.
We love punk rock. Do you guys have any last messages, words of advice?
I don't know. Keep your chins up, everybody.
Chins up.
Fucking cuck.
Thanks everybody for
Fucking
tuning in this
cuck.
week. We
Fucking
are
cuck.
pretty much
Fucking
experts.
cuck.
You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are pretty much experts, and we love you, I guess.